Hey,
Peter, I'm here. I had a little issue to get connected. I don't know what happened.
okay, awesome. Well, guys, welcome to Lunch and Learn. I'm Cedar. That's Thor that you just heard. We do this every week. Between the two of us, we have more than 50 years of trading experience. I started trading QQQ options back in 2002, February to be precise. And Thor is longer than that, is all he will tell me.
Yeah, I lost track. The other day I was trying to figure out. I was really trying to nail it down to an actual time, and I don't know. I really lost it. I don't even have any idea. I'll just say
More than 30. We'll just call it that. All right, so got the recording going. I'm going to flip into the channel. And I'm doing it on two different charts. So I'm going to be a little bit slower because I'm trying to make sure that I'm using one device to stream and one device to record so that I don't have any complications. I haven't seemed to have any internet issues. I've been peeking in and looking at myself with an alternate account, and it looks like the stream has been very clear. So if you guys aren't seeing that, definitely let me know. I have a router cable coming that so I can adapt and actually hardwire in to test and see, but it's not here yet. So give me just a sec.
issues today, so I'll just do the best I can.
Now you're sounding like you're breaking up a little bit. So starting with our first, and I'm going to skip staff and we'll come back to them if we have time. So
I was going to mention that.
yeah, so we definitely come back to that. We love the staff is providing us thoughts and ideas of what to look at because we have had some weeks that there weren't a lot of requests, and so we just wandered around and talked about the things we wanted to talk about. So that is helpful, but we're going to go to members first. So first one is actually from Waffley. NEP is what he's seeing. So let me open that up. I'll let you start with that one.
Let me go back to that. Did I miss? Oh, NEP. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me get on that. Next Energy Partners.
I'm not sure I've ever looked at that, but let's see.
I have.
Oh, well, I have a line from somewhere. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I see that there was support at 25. It's sitting almost right on support. It looks like it's going to try and do something, but it's also diminishing volume here. But it looks like it has support right around above 25.75.
Oh,
Maybe to be safer.
line I had was the 4-hour 200 moving average, so no line. Sorry. I was like, when have I
Yeah,
looked at this?
I'd probably to be safe, I'd say support is right around 25.40 to 25.50. But it's kind of an interesting. I want to see more volume in this and a break above. I'd like to see it break above 27.50 and hold and get some more volume. Right now, I don't really like it, but I don't dislike it either. God, they pay a dividend. Wow, nice dividend.
That's a very decent dividend. I see a gigantic bear flag on the weekly time frame. I would not touch this with somebody else's 10-foot pole unless I were looking for dividend and didn't care that it could continue to go down. So looking, let me zoom really far out. We bounced off volume point of control, all-time volume point of control, sitting at 22. We made a new low over the March 2020 lows. So had some front running, short covering in the $18 range. I still would not touch this. I mean, I guess if you're looking for something speculative, small position size, and wanting dividends, might be good for commons, but this is a no-go on the chart for me. I would have to be zooming in a little closer. Let me go to daily. That's fun to do with two different screens or two different devices.
I don't like it, but I don't really completely dislike it either. But it does have volume that's kind of going away on it. In fact, it's down pretty big today, but I'm really surprised at that dividend. It's a big dividend.
They gave everything back that it gained yesterday. I mean, you could enter commons with an understanding that if we have a daily close underneath the 10 moving average, which is the turquoise line on my chart, the 10 just crossed above the 50, which is a good sign. If it closes below the 10 and the next day doesn't open and look very vigorous, like it's going to recapture, then that would be a very tight exit underneath. It does not interest me at all, though, personally.
I'd probably wait on it too. I mean, and in reality, if it did get up around 2750 on volume, that would show an improvement on the chart anyway. So I'd wait for that.
All right, next one is PLTR. Oh, I have to post charts. This is gonna give me some fun stuff. Hold on.
You want to start on that one?
Yeah, give me just a sec.
I think we lost you there.
Nope, I am here. Okay, headed into PLTR. So flip that over now for the recording. And then for stream. Yeah, that's not correct. Hold on. This might not be my best idea ever. It hates me. Okay, here we go. So opening up on the monthly. This is the Big Brother stock. I definitely have charted this prior. So looking from a volume perspective, I had 2185 set as resistance. No idea when I set that, but it definitely looks like it was based off of the candle structure on the monthly back into 2021. So actually all of 2021. And rejected it last month, sold back down. So levels below I'd be looking at from a monthly perspective, 1559 is likely. We have a huge amount of volume there. So 15, let's call it 1550 just for rounded numbers. And aside from that, this is not a ticker that I'm interested in. I owned it from an IPO perspective, bought it at 11, sold it at 40. I will probably not look at it again. So that's really all my feedback on that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too, and I'm thinking the same thing you are, Cedar. It's a stock that eventually is going to be really good.
Yeah, so if I'm willing to wait for 20 years or 10 years, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you look at a daily, it looks like it's got kind of, maybe if I put a different time frame on it, it would look more like a Head and Shoulders, but it kind of looks like it has Head and Shoulders there. It looks like it needs to gap fill all the way down to the 14 range. It looks like it's kind of following the market. It has support like at 17, but I'd not want to play it. It looks weak. I'd probably try to buy it if it got down to that gap fill area around 14. But it doesn't interest me at all. The stock overall interests me, the company, but not to play it right now.
Oh, the owner or the CEO, whatever we want to call him, is a sociopath. So the stock doesn't interest me because of philosophical reasons. And yes, I do trade things from a philosophy perspective that are against what I personally believe. This one in particular, chart's terrible, and I don't want to touch them. Made my money off of them, so I will post a monthly chart.
Yeah, it looks weak. It looks like a short to me. Under 17, I'd short it. All right, what's our next one there? Oh, somebody wants IWM, or did you do that? IWM, I don't think I even,
I posted that for someone because we were talking about it. I don't think he could see it in Market Talk. It looks like he liked it, so I think he's in the channel now. I just wanted to make sure we caught it because it's something that we weren't sure about. Channel permissions. So I'm going to let you start with it because I post levels on IWM, well, Russell, RTY, all the time, but I'd love to see your thoughts.
it looks interesting. But it looks like it wants to continue up, up over 187. It looks like it wants to move up more. I think it's gonna rely on market action. I mean, it is part of the market. I mean, the weakness seems like it's starting to creep in on the market today, anyways. I'd wait for this to clear 187 to play it. I don't really like it, but I don't dislike it either.
It's been in such a consolidation range for so long that I don't. My heart's not in this one.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I mean, all the way back to 2022, it's just kind of like stuck in a pattern between 200 and 162,
Yep.
160, right in there. 160 to 200. You're right. From all the way from 20.
I used to
even say all the way.
trade this
20.
all the time. I traded this so much prior to start of or like mid 2021 when it started consolidating. Then I was like, nope. I guess eventually, I'll post my weekly.
I mean, you could probably play it's probably not going to get there anytime soon. Well, maybe it will. Who knows? But I'd play a bounce on it, and with tight stops right around the 160 area, 162 or so, play a bounce and set it under 52-week lows for a stop out. You might be able to get something, but it's not something that interests me.
Now, I've talked about this one a little bit on these lunch and learns previously, and it might be one of the days that you weren't able to stay or something along those lines. If you are interested in learning how to trade consolidation, which I hear that all the time, if I could just not trade when it's consolidation because I'm trading it like it's supposed to be a breakout or a trend day. If you want to learn and backtest some trading in a choppy kind of range, IWM RTY is the ticker to look at. And you can backtest them, see how well you trade it. And hindsight charting, I drew the box that I have back probably March of this year was the other end, and I just keep extending it out. I keep just dragging. But being able to identify a range and trade it well is not a bad thing. If it's something that interests you in learning, use this one. All right, next one, AFRM.
That's an old favorite of mine. I think I've made some good money on it as well.
I think I have too. I haven't traded it lately though.
AFRM, you want to start on that one?
Yes.
Or is it me?
Yeah. I had, yeah.
Go, girl.
AFRM. Hypothetically, it's going to keep typing. Do it, little keyboard. I might be in the market for this keyboard switches between 3 screens. Okay, I think it's working. Oh, I love that rounded bottom. Okay.
Just looking at that. Are you looking at the weekly?
I'm at the weekly. Yep.
Yeah, it's exactly what I saw. I knew once you switched over, you were going to say something.
Yep. 36.81 on a weekly close. I might I might be interested in some longer dated swings, something like April. So let me go out and look at some contracts. And that's one of the things I like to do is if I'm looking at longer dated stuff and you know, trying to give an idea of what I'd be looking at, it has a lot to do with volume. It has pretty easy room up to 60. Probably see a little bit of resistance in the 55, 67 level, but 60 would be my overall target. I think I'm going to look at February contracts. Not a lot of volume. The 4750 has 153. That's not fun. Don't like that. Look at January. All right, January is what has my interest. So the $40, 40 call strikes for January, 1,200 volume, greater than open interest at 88, or sorry, open interest is 8,300. So I would probably go one strike out from there. I like the volume there, but I want to move one out. I'm going to go to the 4250. So I'll be looking into that a little deeper as far as one of my swing alerts, potentially coming up into, it probably won't be until the close this week. I do see a little bit of selling on that weekly candle. I'll be looking to buy that back test, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like it on the weekly. But you know what? The one thing that bothers me is I think it's going to take. I'm hoping that it comes back down and then makes a run again. Hold on a second. Let me close. Hold on a second. All right, my wife came in and opened the door, and there's all kinds of traffic out there. Look at the recent run-up on the daily, and man, it just looks like it's something you want to wait to see come back. I'd like to see it, you know, the breakout looked like it was right above 39, and we're only at 39.65, and that's on the weekly. But then if you go back out to the daily, it looks like it's really made a run in the last month. I wouldn't mind looking at this again, setting a, get this over here.
Yeah, for me, this is just after FOMC, see what Thursday looks like and then reconsider it. So I'll just set myself an alert.
Yeah, it's not something I'd play right now, but I'd set an alert because the chart looks really, really, really good. It's just a matter of where's the right spot to get in it at. I'm thinking that I think I set an alarm for 37.50 and then really start looking at it hard again and see what the chart looks like then. And we're not that far away from it. And, you know, it could come back there soon. You know, I don't know. I think I'd set the alarm for 37.50 and then start looking at an entry point possible, or to find out where it would be a good spot to get back in, or to see if it's going to fail, because we are really up higher than we should be on SPY.
Yep.
And I still think we need a retracement. And when we do, we're going to get, a lot of these stocks are going to get hit. So it's kind of hard to play these right now. I wish we were looking at this chart when SPY was around 4 or 10. That would have been the time to see a chart like this and it'd be a no-brainer.
So we did wick underneath the 10 daily moving average, and I use simple moving averages. So that's 30, let's call it 38 even, and found buyers there, which is interesting to see when you've got this kind of run over the last couple weeks. But it is tech and financial, I guess. And if we do see a pullback on the overall indices, it could sell down. If we lose the 10 daily moving average, I'm going to say we're probably targeting the 50 pretty easily. I have a volume level set at 24, 23, so we could call that 24 and a half if you want. But this is for me, definitely a set an alarm and check it out after what the shakeout is. If we get a rate increase or not.
The chart looks really nice, but it looks like it's happening at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I mean, but then we watch the stock market run all the way to, 500, and then we'll be going back saying, why didn't we buy AFRM when we saw the chart? So, I mean,
Right.
that can happen. But it's better to be cautious than just never do what you want to do. You got to just do what the chart tells you to do and what the overall market conditions are, because I'd really look this really hard if we weren't sitting up so far up here, but it is a really nice looking chart.
All right, next one is Lyft, and you are up.
Lyft. Let's get Chris on here to.
Right?
Yeah, he's the one that's killing it on that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, that monthly chart is awfully pretty. I'll let you open.
I'm on the weekly right now, and it looks like the breakout was at 1240, 1250. It looks like 1250 was a breakout, and support is right at 13. Going to the daily. Oh, wow. Yeah, it just kind of really ran up there. It did again today, didn't it? Earlier. Man, I'd want to see if I would want to get into this now. That's just me. The chart looks pretty good, but I think I would wait I'd wait to see if I could get a pullback to 13 and try again.
My number's
It looks like
1324 would be mine. Just drop that in the chart. Based on volume, we do have a decent volume node there. And it was last week that we were there, so not out of the range by any means.
Yeah, right now, if you're getting it, it looks like you're chasing it to me. And I'm saying that knowing that Husky already called this one. So you would be chasing it now, but that said, I think you're chasing it anyways. I think it needs a pullback. I have 13. What did you have?
1324.
Yeah, so we're right kind of in the same area. But definitely, it's actually not that far away from that either.
It's really not that far. Literally last week and the week before.
Well, that's what I think about it.
Our
I just wait.
overall volume point of control is at 1038, and we have spent a lot of time down there, which is why when I've looked at this chart before, I haven't been super interested. And just looking at the weekly candles, there's some pretty volatile moves, so you have to be on the right side of that, or you can catch one of those opposite side of your direction candles and get blindsided. So caution with that. But I would be looking at, let's flip over to daily.
We got like about 5 minutes. We got 2 for Dr. Swain. Let's move down and grab some for some of these other guys that are here.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see.
Do you think we do SoFi and let's try and do 3 of them quick, because that way we can get everybody, and we can do SoFi, DG, and then LAZR. That covers some of the new guys and some of the people that we haven't done before. So let's try
Perfect.
SoFi first.
All right, SoFi, let me pull that up.
That's a long-term hold for me. I'm in that. I'll keep it. I'm going to hold this thing forever. But I'm in it based on buying in and out over the last couple of years. So every time I bought it and it went on a run, I kept the profits in shares. And I did this over and over and over again. I probably have a couple hundred shares for free. So it doesn't really bother me to hold it. It looks like it's still in a downtrend on the daily. It's making lower highs and lower lows every time, and it's heading right back down again to possibly make another lower low. I don't like the chart right now. I like the stock, but I don't like the chart right now.
The monthly
I
chart
wouldn't
looks
touch it.
terrible. So I would expect the monthly, and I have charted this one a couple times before. 7.29 is my number. So 60 cents down from now, 7 or 8%. I would have to see a wick down and a pop back up. Let's see weekly.
I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna go to weekly while you're doing that. It's still in a downtrend on the weekly too. I'd want to see it hold above 8 at some point on the weekly. It looks like on the weekly, it looks like it's trying to break that downtrend, doesn't it? It also looks like it failed.
I am not in love with it. I'll just draw my downtrend and post that because it's.
Yeah, I have this on my main chart. Let me see if I have any. Watch it SPY. Back out to a daily. Yeah, I mean
So it's back testing the breakout right now. So really, this is all going to go back to what happens with FOMC and the overall market. This could be a back test range, but I want to see a weekly close on it before I can have any thoughts about even longer dated contracts.
Yeah, I definitely want to see improvement.
So that's a
Okay.
set myself an alarm for Monday and check and see how it opens and then go from there.
Next is DG.
Dollar General.
We usually pass things up back and forth. If you want to start on this one, it's fine.
Oh no, I'm good. My tech is moving
Yeah.
kind of slow. I'll get
Looking
this.
at it, I don't like it. Let's see here. It doesn't look like any trend lines are in play except for maybe a bottom one, but looking at a bottom one on the weekly, it's breaking. So if I go back out to a daily, I'd wait for, if you're looking to buy this thing, I'd wait for it to hit 120, 121. Maybe.
I've got a
I'd say
50 moving average at 118.78 is where I would be interested in considering it from a bounce.
Yeah, you know what? That might be, if you look at a weekly and draw, or a daily and draw a trend line across, I'll just post it here. You can post underneath mine as far as your, second. This is why I thought 120 is good, and it might line up with what you're saying as well. Post this now. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe that might be the right number. I have 120, and then you have the moving average at 118. That'd probably be the spot to start looking.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good back test into consolidation range. Dollar General is a good name as far as recession type stocks because there's a Dollar General or Family Dollar, as the case may be, in pretty much every little town. And they're slowly but surely giving Walmart a little run for its money.
Yeah. All right, so the next one we have, we do one more, and then I got to run.
Perfect. Which one?
Which one is it? I haven't heard of it. LAZR. LAZR.
Luminar.
This is supposed to be a stock that's supposed to make bank, and it just never has cotton on, has it?
No, it is not. Well, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be the next Tesla. This chart right here is the best example I can think of when people say it can't go any lower. The answer is, it can. And look, it did. We have a huge amount of volume above us, just below $7. I wouldn't touch this with anyone's poll, not even someone else's. Like no one. This is a no. I would have to see a recapture $3.90. And granted, that would be a 50% bounce off of here, but we could also lose 50% and get this into solid penny stock range. This is not qualified for me to even, I'm going to post the weekly chart and move on from it.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I drew a trend line on it that started the trend line in August 1st. And then I drew a trend line off the bottom, which is I don't know how far back ago it's sitting right on the bottom trend line. I mean, I'm sorry, the bottom support, all-time, close to the all-time low. Post the chart. I mean, what I'd want to see is I'd want to see it hold here, break that trend line. Second. What's this? Okay, I want to see it break that trend line, hold that low right there, and then I'd watch it from there to get above. Get above to be safe, I'd say 275. Get above 275, and then watch volume action, and possibly it would move back up. But to me, what I see here is it breaking that trend line. You get all excited. You think that's the time to get in, and then it'll just go back down to that support right around 240, and just go back and forth between 240 and 260 for months.
Or years. I'm going to post my daily trend line. I drew mine a little bit different than yours. So I snugged mine up a little bit closer to represent some breakout rejections, just from more touch points in general. So I would not be surprised to see that kind of bump over, sell back under. So I would need a breakover close and then a daily confirmation, and then use that as a trailing. We are sitting at the 10 daily moving average right now. It's just not my kind of trade.
I don't like it either. It looks like eventually that thing's going to have some sort of news, like Apple's going to use their technology, or I mean, aren't they a radar company of some sort for cars, for automation?
They are. And that was that whole association with Tesla of the whole, technology. Tesla's going to come buy them was when we saw our biggest pops. Tesla is not going to buy them. Apple's not going to buy them because they have the ability to create the technology.
They would have already.
Yeah. And they have the technology to create what LAZR has. So on to the next trade. I would remove this ticker from your watch list and carry on.
Yep, absolutely. For now, it doesn't look very good.
All right.
Cedar, that's
I
it
will
for me.
post
I mean,
this.
I'll be here, but I can't be on this thing right now.
Yep, no, that's fine. So I'll post
my daughter, but thanks everybody for coming. And Cedar, it's always a pleasure.
Yep, great to catch you on voice, and hoping I can get you on a little bit more with us in our regular trading days too. Just put that out there. whenever you can, it's appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, I know every time you say that, I say, you know what, maybe I'll jump on, and then I just never do. So I should just come on and kind of add my half a cent worth.
Come and
see
hang out. Okay, we'll see you soon.
Okay, see.